thing?
I can hear your actual voice.
Yeah.
I got it in mind.
This microphone.
This is on.
Test. Like I can hear that,
But your voice.
This is the only way you can really hear me.
I don't either.
It's real low.
Are we still waiting for race, or should we just go ahead and?
Let's see we get going.
Yeah. Okay.
He's doing some Zootopia stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, so, hey, welcome to those coming in. What's up?
Hi, everybody.
What's up, guys? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Welcome.
You need to do that stuff at the beginning of your podcast.
Yeah, it might not have died.
Come on in. Top 10 beginnings to Saber's podcast.
What ruined top 10?
What ruined top 10? Number 7 will blow you away.
Is it watch
Do it. Alright, so this was going to be a podcast panel.
Yeah.
Organized by Paleo. But we decided, because for this convention, I wanted to do a who would win panel, but I missed the submission for that, so. Actually, I did submit it, but I guess it never went through, or I forgot to actually press send. It didn't happen.
No. It happens to the best of us.
And to me, a lot.
Yeah.
So,
These podcasts.
I came up with the idea, and I thought they could, commune that with my mind, that they knew that it was going to happen. I told him to draft, and I assumed he would just take care of it.
you didn't. So,
We've done like the podcast panels a lot, which were just like simple like Q&A stuff. But this was like an interesting idea to do.
it's gonna be fun.
So
So, who here has heard of who would win before? And this is different.
Isn't that just taking one person and saying,
Yeah, so it stemmed from Death Battle. About a year or so ago, I discovered this subreddit called Who Would Win, and it's glorious. I recommend it. It's hilarious. It can also be very interesting where you have like legit verses where it's like, yeah, who would win that? Like the forces of Mordor versus the Roman legions. Who would win? That was a big one we all fought over. He thinks Mordor, he thinks the Romans, and we like to...
I have a degree in classical civilization.
It has no application in the real world except right now.
So, real quick, before
4 years wasted.
So, for the record, just to get it out there, so I'm not sure. I'm Saberspark, that's Paleo. This is final draft for those who unfortunately don't. And this
Get off the stage.
glorious platted man is Beardy. Who would you guess? Here, take it.
The mystery guest.
So we, actually I think it was the last Ciderfest where we were, no, it was EQLA last year. And this one had a few beverages.
I wish I had some now.
Yeah.
That's
He had a
nice.
few beverages, and he goes, giraffe. Do you know why I love you?
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut
Hold on.
up.
Do you know why I love you, giraffe? All right, I have a question, and I know you'll have an answer for it. 1914, World War I.
oh God.
And he starts going off about, yeah. You were there, you saw this.
Oh, are you talking about the place where we had lunch or whatever?
No, I'm talking about a year ago. Get with the program.
Oh my god.
God. You just like time travel due to the number of times you've watched Zootopia.
What's happened the last 6
His
months?
entire life has become
How the
things
elections
between
go.
viewings. No, so anyway, he's talking about history, and he's all, he was really passionate about it. I said, we really should make this into a podcast. So we tried to.
Go on.
So me, Beardy, and Saber did a program called Happy Hour History, where we would, on a semi-weekly basis, talk about historical topics.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It just didn't last for too long
Because we're all lazy.
I was gonna say
Generally.
I was gonna say busy, but yeah, we're busy.
No,
Much
let's
to Alex
laziness.
Greer's discontent. He's not here, is he?
Oh, I hope.
So,
You were about to say, oh.
Oh, no, I don't know
I
what
meant
to say.
Alec.
I don't know himself, but
Oh, you did?
So since we let's go ahead and get to it. So we're gonna we want you all to interact with us. We want to hear what you have to say. If you have a matchup between some fictional characters, or it could be, I don't know, Mr. Clean versus Abraham Lincoln. It doesn't
Abraham Lincoln
matter.
would win.
Let's talk. Give
Yeah,
us
he's
an
got mad
idea of a
axe skills.
matchup.
He has mad axe skills and the Union Army.
Yeah, but Mr. Clean is clean.
Well,
Mr.
are we
Clean
talking
is
about quite
Abraham
powerful?
Lincoln, the president, or are we talking about
Saber,
Abraham
were you
Lincoln?
gonna look up the
Young
Reddit?
upstart.
And I'm looking at it right
Either.
now.
Hold up. So
If he's scrappy.
Paleo, what are you gonna say?
I said, were you gonna look up the Reddit? 'Cause I'm
Go ahead
looking
and
at it
follow.
right
So Paley's gonna access the Reddit. We'll find some matches. I'm gonna ask my Twitter to submit some matches, but we want to hear most of all from you guys.
But before we start that, by the way, I just want to let everybody know, and I want us to all like get into this.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, why is this mic better than ours?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Thank you. No, you don't have to adjust anything.
Turn his down.
So in case you guys don't know, there's gonna be like, I guess a little like costume parade.
Oh yeah, so I was given a bag of candy.
Oh, is it gone already?
And,
Put it in your
the
pancakes.
kids are gonna come by here and we're gonna give candy to the kids, so it'll be fun, it'll be good.
So yeah, let's make them feel like the show here.
Oh,
that
yeah.
gets me to first who would win.
Who?
That parade of costume kids versus the Children's Crusade.
Oh god.
Wait, you mean the Children's Crusade from Indiana Jones?
No, the
Okay,
Children's
no.
Crusade. Does anybody know the story behind this? This is one of the greatest tragedies in history that became hilarious.
Depending on your point of view.
It became, okay, so in the 1300s, there had been crusades for a while. You know, they had happened enough. This was like by the time they had like 5 of them. And at this point, the Middle East had been reconquered by Muslims and all that. But there were still kids and peasants or whatever who thought that the crusade was the way to get to heaven. So a couple of 9-year-old kids from France, I don't even remember their names, decided that they were going to take over the Holy Land back from the they use the word infidel, back from the infidels through the power of their faith alone. So they went around the countryside of France and Germany collecting all these kids. Basically, that they were going to have an army of the innocents. No weapons, no provisions. They just figured faith alone would get them there. They had about 30,000 of them.
Yeah, it was. Ooh, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About
About
30,000.
30,000 kids.
30,000.
No money, no weapons, no supplies, and they were supposed to go
They were supposed
from town to town and live off the
The
generosity of the Christians.
A bunch of squatters on the moon.
But so what happens is that at the time, if you're going to get to the Holy Land from Western Europe, the way you did it was through Venice.
Yes.
Because
That
if you
was
try
the
to
big
march through the Balkans or whatever, it's just too complicated. So you get on boats in Venice. The Venetians welcomed them into the city and said, "Don't worry, we'll ship you there ourselves." So they loaded them onto ships and promptly sold them into slavery to Tunisian slave traders.
Yeah.
Now,
Hilarious.
now it's hilarious in one sense because it's horrible.
Uplifting panel so far.
But
Say what's going
but
on here.
we're talking about the
Now remember,
1300s.
This is what he thinks is hilarious, everyone.
No, this
Final
is the
draft
1300s.
thinks
though.
child slavery is.
Stop it.
But do we not know that already?
No, but like there are academics out there that argue that they had a better life as Tunisian slaves than they would
Yeah,
have
you
in
mentioned
Western Europe because the education, the healthcare, just basically every element of life at that time in the Middle East was better. Is that funny?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Whatever.
So yeah, my vote goes to the kids that are gonna have the costumes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you all have any submissions?
Saber.
Yes, Paleo.
So, and this one here is pretty funny. Have any of you seen The Purge?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Or do you know what it is?
Why?
So The Purge is the movie where, you all might have heard of this one. So, it's the movie where, like, everything's peachy throughout the year, but one day, or they let the entire country go crazy. There's no law.
There's no law for 12 hours.
For 12 hours, there's no law.
Yeah, you can kill, murder, whatever.
Yes, so what's your question now?
So, the question is, can Kevin McAllister from Home Alone survive Purge night?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Is this Kevin McAllister from Home Alone or Home Alone 2?
Home Alone, yeah, 1 or 2.
What was wrong with him
just
in
as
two?
one.
No, there wasn't anything
He was
wrong.
better in
In
2.
2, he was better.
He was
had
better.
better
How
results.
is he better?
But he was also in New York, so there's a bigger
That's
population.
true, and he
intent.
didn't have the home field advantage.
He was
still
more
managed to
violent.
be Much more dangerous. in
He's
2.
like Abraham Lincoln. He's scrappy.
So
Yeah,
are we
he's-
saying 1 or 2?
Okay, yeah, is this Kevin McAllister from 1 or 2? And how much
It
prep-
doesn't say. I'm gonna say one though.
Okay, and how much prep time does
Okay,
he have?
this is
for-
round one. This is round one here.
Okay.
It says round one, he has 12 hours of prep time, but nothing more than he can find in his garage, plus a few minor home renovation projects, a few extra paint cans, more nails and tools than usual.
Do you know why he's probably...
Does he have the tarantula?
Except, no,
I'd
it doesn't say
assume
that.
That wasn't in the garage, so probably not.
Does it have his BB gun?
Yes.
Consider this though,
Yeah.
all he has to do
cars.
is not do what the family in the movie did.
Yeah, I mean,
They were the ones who were like, hey, what if we open the door because there's someone running from something tonight?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Purge night! It's around like Kevin.
I could not get more pissed off at that family.
I think Kevin can take it. With how much prep time does he have? 12 hours.
12 hours, he's good.
Yeah, he's won.
Yeah,
He's
he's
good.
got that. That's
Well,
easy.
and part of it too is that he doesn't really have the general public out against him, right? He doesn't have.
Right. Like
Yeah.
the random hunter groups don't just like go over and knock over like houses. They were going after a particular man, and he just happened.
Now, unless
Yeah,
his
he did
brother
live in the
really got
South.
pissed
Yeah.
off with him, right? Like Buzz, I think was his brother's name.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless he really just got fed up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, that would be an issue.
He only had 2 hours in the original film, did he?
I had an entire night time. No, it took place during night.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
He had very little time.
He
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of time, but you know what he also had was the magic of Christmas on it.
He
Yeah.
also had
Oh,
mac and
Oh,
cheese.
the shovel guy. Is the shovel guy?
Yeah.
Is the shovel
Does-
guy in the Purge too?
Does the purge
It's
take
the
place
shovel
on
guy in
Christmas?
the Purge
It doesn't say. It says
For shovel guy.
it's just the rule. He has to stay in or near his house. His house will be attacked throughout the night. The attackers have the purge gear and weapons, but are as inept and efficient, as inefficient as wet and sticky bandits.
Oh yeah, no. Kevin's got
Kevin,
that.
100%. How about
What's round two?
Round two is that he has 3 hours of prep time, but access to a full-size pickup, and he just got home from a $2,000 shopping spree at Home Depot.
Oh, he's no.
Are we assuming he can drive the pickup?
Okay, I feel bad for the purge gangs.
Whoever wrote this is like, okay, you didn't think you could do it this time.
With that
Now he
prompt,
can.
with that prompt, round two, he can take on a predator.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Who
Is
made
there-
this action figure? It's
Alright.
not Stan.
Is there
Let's
a
take
round
a vote
three?
from the audience.
Oh.
Could Kevin take on the Purge in round one?
Round one, 12 hours prep time, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody who's an naysayer, anybody who says no, raise your hand. Why? Why do you think this could not stand?
How many villains have there been that kid has to deal with? Maybe only two, maybe like what?
Like
four
two or
max? Four
three.
max in like the whole scene? Yeah, there's two dudes. He can only account for two people. You're telling me he can defend against the whole entire like? There's probably gonna be more than two people.
He overcame the greatest villain of all.
And he's not really dealing with.
On Christmas.
Let's hear the man. Let's hear the man. So go on.
Also, his traps aren't lethal. There's no way he's gonna deal with the purge by himself.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
But he is
Keep those robbers
He
at
did.
bay.
I mean, they did get arrested at the end of the movie. That wouldn't happen.
Execution. Now, I mean, they're not lethal in the John Hughes movie, but you put them in the Purge universe. I mean, if you step on a nail like that and then you're hit in the face with an iron, I mean, that's serious damage.
Is Kevin?
He electrocuted the guy.
He had the torch on the head.
Pound sack of flour on someone?
Yeah. But now we're starting to get into the second movie.
The second movie's really
The second movie, he got violent, like really violent. The first one, he had like micro machines and a tarantula. Second one, he's like, I'm gonna electrocute them, hit them with a
Beardy and I know what this is like though. Around the 90s, micro machines were dangerous.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were foot.
And if you had a tarantula, you were badass.
Yeah. There's nothing cooler than being the kid with the tarantula.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next round. Let's go ahead and take one from Twitter here. We've got a couple here. Okay, here's one. All right, this one has been a hotly debated matchup. Silverback gorilla versus shut up versus a brown bear. So, the panel, what do you all think?
Silverback gorilla. It's more intelligent and they have similar traits.
What's a terrain?
The terrain is a football field.
You always make it a field.
I'm sorry, a baseball field.
It's still a field! It's still a field!
I don't know sports.
Let's
make it as
like
the girls get
Cincinnati.
No, but part of it
Animals
though.
with similar body weight.
Hold on. Some do not have similar.
How much prep time does the gorilla get?
Enough to steal a child.
Does the gorilla have any props?
The leg.
What?
Does
He has a child.
It's a cruise line.
Is there a small child?
You
You know
asked
what?
this.
I'll tell you what. If the gorilla has abducted the grizzly bear's cub, the gorilla's dead. The gorilla's dead because the bears.
The
What
gorilla
does he use as the
gorilla
It's a
is
brown
dead.
bear.
Oh, a brown bear.
It's a brown bear.
Oh yeah, the gorilla.
That's what
No,
we're
it does
saying.
not.
Yes. the
What if
gorilla
they
is.
each have a child? What if the gorilla has one and it's also stolen? The
So they're-
cub is on the line.
Okay, so we're talking about two enraged animals.
Yeah.
You know what gets me though is when people say, "Oh, we're smarter." Okay, yeah, I'm smarter than a bear. That's not gonna help me much. So,
Well,
I can. I'll go 2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
Yeah, but you're not as big as a gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had the size and strength of a gorilla, you would be pretty dangerous.
Right now, you're just harmless.
I'm looking
Little
at,
Saber.
If you were from Cincinnati, you'd appreciate that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Alright,
That is
so,
terrible.
Okay.
so I'm gonna look up the specs for the gorilla and bear, and meanwhile, audience, what do y'all think? Gorilla, who would
Gorilla.
Yeah.
Raise your hand for gorilla. Who's going for the bear?
Brown bear.
I'm gonna go bear.
Okay, all
Brown bear.
right, that's
All right.
there's a lot of wrong people in
Those
the
things,
audience.
those
Yeah.
things are hard to take down. Let's see.
I mean, we're not talking about like, you know, grizzlies or polar bears.
We're not talking about grizzlies?
No.
Wait, which are we
brown
talking
bear. A brown bear.
Is there
No,
brown
a brown bear is not a grizzly bear.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
There's black
Grizzly
bear
bears are
and then
brown,
there's
but not all.
And then there's grizzly bear.
What about a
And
care
then
bear?
There are four major species. There's also
You know what?
spectacled
Care Bear
bears.
could take
There's
out
a lot of different kinds
a
of bears.
Care Bear could take out a
Brown
gorilla
bear.
because it would like shoot happiness rays out of its
Brown bear
body.
changes
It would,
things.
and the gorilla would lose all of its motivation.
A bear has claws.
Yeah.
So does-
Yes. The gorillas have
Really
really
So
cool.
it open the door.
Gorillas can roll
Yeah,
their
and
guns.
can thumb the eyes out of a bear. I mean, look.
Oh, God, that'd be great.
Would be effective.
Yeah. I mean,
So the bear wouldn't let the gorilla get that
That
close,
is-
it's too busy mauling its face off.
that is, and we also have to look at the general aggression level of a brown bear. Typically, they're not that likely.
What if the bear is honey lusted?
Is this Winnie the Pooh? Then Winnie the Pooh wins.
Winnie?
No question.
Because he'd tumbly bumbly wherever he would
What if the gorilla's banana busted?
Alright, so for those who don't know, so there's a popular term on who would win called bloodlusted, which means that's when the opponent is like, there's nothing holding them back, they're going crazy. And it's also popular to take the word blood out and replace it with something like, let's say if it was Winnie the Pooh, what if he's honey lusted? Or what if SpongeBob is Krusty Krab lusted or something? So it's just a...
What?
Krabby Patty lusted.
Krabby Patty.
Alright, so okay, that's the gorilla obviously loses. So let's move on to a question from the audience. So everybody has one? Okay, let's hear
What do
from
we
you.
got?
Let's say the Covenant from Halo versus the Xenomorphs from Aliens.
So what's the arena
Okay.
exactly?
Now, before we go any further, we have to take into account the Covenant are particularly bad at fighting biological-based entities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
True.
so right
So
there, I'm going to
what,
give the
what's,
Xenomorphs
what
an
are the
advantage.
numbers and what is the arena?
Let's say the arena is somewhere on one of the Halo arenas, just like this is the same.
Xenomorphs.
So
Xenomorphs, yeah, they're way too fast.
Because the trick is that the Xenomorphs' motivation isn't geopolitical or religious.
Yeah.
They just are there to kill and reproduce.
Yeah.
That's
You know
And
what?
also to remember, a great deal of the Covenant's like standard troops are pretty terrible.
it's
Yeah.
fodder.
Yeah.
So is this just one xenomorph starting up? Because think about it. Well, what were the numbers exactly?
Yeah.
And,
I mean, because if we're talking,
It's like Covenant, go into a temple, open up Xenomorph X. Is that what we're kind of proposing
They
here?
would think it was a gift from the gods or something. They would,
Yeah.
they would be done.
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
give it
I,
to the
they actually might
Xenomorphs.
think it was a blessing and like try to get as many of them.
No, I think they
like,
would
lay
think it's
eggs
the
as
flood or
possible,
something.
because they're like, oh, we're going to
Yeah.
worship the whatever.
Audience, those who think the Xenomorphs would win, raise your hand. Those who think the Covenant would win, raise your hand. Why is that?
One, they'd probably figure it out at some point and glass it. And two, one of the disadvantages they have against the flood is how quickly the flood convert.
Yeah, xenomorphs don't reproduce that fast.
Xenomorphs, they have to face hug you. They see that once, they're gonna say, oh, we know how this turns out.
Yeah.
Kill that guy, and then just start, you know, using sentinel beams or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but they weren't smart enough to do that against the flood, so.
Like the most important thing is like, is there a queen xenomorph?
Is
Yeah,
there an
like
arc?
the Xenomorphs.
There's always a queen.
There's always a queen. Yeah, I mean, and then you also have to take into account that if a xenomorph, you know, comes to full adulthood, they do take on a lot of the physical properties of the host.
Oh, a
that
Xenomorph
he's in.
elite.
So I mean, like, yeah, an elite xenomorph or a
Xenomorph
brute
hunter.
xenomorph. I mean, come on.
I
Like, think
don't
about
think a
that.
Xenomorph
That
can
can't
take
pull
over.
an
a
instant
hunter.
air
That's right.
sword.
Maybe.
It would just eviscerate them, and they don't care about getting
But then
past
there's.
it. Like, the reason they didn't want to cut the thing off, the facehugger off the guy, is because it was burning a hole in their ship,
Yeah.
and that would cause, you know, gas.
Right. So I mean, you have some elite with an energy sword. He cuts a xenomorph in half. I mean, even like one that came out of like one of the little tiny ones. It would still like the acid blood would kill the elite after that.
No,
They're immune to acid.
Some mom Watson's walks immediately out. That's what the blood will burn them to death.
Yes, this acid blood.
And that's what we learned from season 6 of My Little Pony, alright?
That's season
That's
7.
what the changeling
We
are
learned
actually
we find
about.
out. We found out the changelings have acid blood.
All right, so let's keep the tradition going. Haley, what's the next one from the board?
This is an interesting animal one. I was just scrolling through to see if there was things that people would know, but this was an interesting animal one since we all agreed that gorilla can defeat a bear. A gorilla versus an African elephant.
That's stupid.
No,
that's
dumb. That's dumb.
What is the terrain based
But the
on?
gorilla's smart. You can pull a calculator.
No.
The gorilla is banana-less.
You know,
Now, if that gorilla was Donkey Kong, that's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Donkey Kong is like freaking strong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong can take out.
unless you were giving that gorilla some sort of insane advantage, he has no chance.
I think this is quite ridiculous. Who believes that the elephant would take it? Who thinks a gorilla would take it?
Oh.
Alright.
He doesn't
All
have a
right.
coconut.
How in the
Donkey Kong
world?
would 10-10.
Explain
So,
yourself.
so what the gorilla's gonna do? Well, how much prep time did the gorilla get?
Next question.
It can make a spear.
No.
I'm looking at my Twitter.
Can a human take down an African elephant?
With
Can a human take down an African with its bare hands?
No.
Oh, bring the
If
bear
it
back
keeps
in?
slapping its head like that?
No.
Oh, then maybe the elephant.
I think the elephant would win this.
Oh, I like this one. I like this one.
What if he pokes his eyes?
Johnny Bravo versus social justice warriors.
Well, which Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo is huge.
Johnny Bravo.
Bravo can't be taken.
Depends.
Got a lot of this round.
Johnny Bravo's.
I know you guys what's the other thing.
I'm joking. That was a thorough one. That was a thorough one. All right.
What's the arena?
Johnny Bravo wins.
Tumblr.
Oh, this is, we all know.
Tumblr always wins.
Look at these chicks here with their horn glasses.
They could be all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would hit on them and then they would
Fall in love.
They try to argue against him, and he
Here
takes
we
it as
go.
an acceptance.
This one's a bit more themed with the convention. Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool.
that is a wrong question. They are in fact the same thing.
Yeah.
That's like saying Superman and Jesus fighting. You can't have they're the same person.
What if we made it into like an enchilada eating contest? See, then that's something.
Pinky has.
You mean
Yeah,
chimichurri?
Whatever,
You're
yeah.
going for the chimichurri.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
That's fine.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
That goes Pinky's
cranky.
and stomach versus
Next
Deadpool.
question.
Able just
It
pick
was
his
that
stomach.
Oh, here we go.
A cat in a dog's body versus a dog in a cat's body.
Okay, so I haven't had some experience with this.
Are you a furry?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. So is it a fight to the death?
Yes.
I feel like the.
What are the breeds?
I don't like
Yeah,
cats,
it really depends on the breed, I think. Like if it's a small
That's
dog,
true.
I'd give
What
it to
about the
cat.
breed? Yeah.
but okay. Yeah, are they the same size?
The dog, if it, well, it depends. If we're talking about a tiger.
Yeah, if like if it was like a Great Dane and a cat, yeah, I give it to the dog.
The dog in the
I
cat
mean-
body?
I mean the cat in the dog body.
Cat dog. All right. Are you guys all having a good time?
I just
Are you all having a good time?
I'm enjoying your mic stand. I just realized, like, what are you, like Howard Stern over there?
No, he's Alex.
You take your top off?
Oh my God, I got a good one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Who would rise to fame faster? A Minecraft Let's Player on YouTube or a League of Legends streamer?
Divine fame.
What year is it?
Oh, that's true.
Is it
Okay, it
present
says
day?
both combatants are just recently starting out from 0 viewers.
Are either of them female?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know.
Let's say that they're both the same gender.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
includes things.
Okay.
Okay.
Round one. Both combatants are new to their respective games.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
It's more fun to
It
watch
is
people
not
die
fun to
in
watch a
Minecraft.
newbie play League of Legends.
Is there
any
anywhere
way
you would
to
say
watch
League of
a
Legends?
movie playing Minecraft?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
They burn their house down.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
I made a fireplace, everybody. Look at me
Okay.
craft some wool.
Round two is both are seasoned players of their respective games. The lead guy is Plat Diamond.
All right. Are they mostly marketing to American audiences or South Korean audiences?
North Korea.
Because in South Korea, it would be the league guy.
I think, yeah, League.
But if it's global we're going for, then I think it'd be still Minecraft.
Have you ever been to a Minecraft convention?
No.
You should go.
That actually is.
Yeah.
Icon.
They say the same
do they
thing
call
about
it a
pony
block
conventions.
party?
They're like, is that really a thing?
No.
And then round 3 is same as round 2, but the utilization of mods and other game modes are allowed.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft. All right, let's go in the audience. All right, so how about you, and then we'll get to you guys, so you can go ahead.
Discord versus him.
Oh, you can.
Oh.
What, you're gonna think Powerpuff Girls?
Security, we have someone that, oh, never mind.
So
How many people had their badges ripped this weekend?
Not yet.
No, I'm good.
Everybody else, you're not conventioning hard enough.
I'm almost there.
That's tonight.
So Discord versus him from the Powerpuff Girls.
The way you were pointing up, I thought you were. Yeah.
Still Discord.
All right, so him from the Powerpuff Girl, it's basically the same.
What's the competition?
It's a fight, right?
They're just trying to see who breaks first, you know?
Who breaks?
Wait, what?
Mentally.
What, like a game of say?
I wasn't paying attention.
You mean like a game of say, Uncle?
It's a game of sand.
Say, Uncle.
So Discord versus him
What
from
breaks
Powerpuff
first?
I just want you to know that it's this kind of banter is why we had literally tens
No
of viewers.
audience. Yeah. People are like, I'm gonna go and play Minecraft.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Teens of viewers.
Teens,
Yes.
queens.
Wow.
To answer your question, we've seen Discord warp reality. Him is powerful, but we've never seen him do that before. He'll like mess with people, but we've never seen him actually like travel from dimensions or like,
I mean, for all we know, him is Discord.
well,
I don't know, I'm throwing that
Not
out
that
there.
malicious.
I just threw it out there.
any
I wanted to
people
sound
who
informed.
think that him could defeat Discord? All right.
How many
I see-
people have no idea
I
who
see a
he
hand in
is?
the back. I want to hear from you. Why do you think him could defeat Discord? Let's hear from you.
Well, obviously, him can do large-scale mind control that can't easily be undone. The Powerpuff Girls had to basically beat all the townsfolk senseless and just desperately hope that things would get better afterward, and it's quite lucky that they did. Discord has to go one by one. He has to brute force it sometimes, and you can easily just remind them of how good they can be, and they'll turn back. So obviously, if him can take over the entirety of Ponyville and have them all facing off against Discord, then him's definitely winning.
I agree. I think him is a bit more clever than Discord as far as playing the emotional game. So good points. Discord has more of the raw power. So,
I think I might go to him.
Like, if you can warp reality, that doesn't really matter.
but still, in the finale from this past season, his magic was like turned off. So
Yeah.
I'm actually going to switch because I was on Discord, but I think I'm him as well because, as you mentioned, more cunning. Discord is going to seem as a real threat. Oh, this is this person. He's going to play with him for a while, which him will use the time and outmaneuver him during that while Discord's
So
playing
you're
with him.
saying how much time does he have to prepare?
Him would
But what's
outmaneuver
the
him.
Is he
arena?
honey lusted?
There's the gorilla there.
Is Discord Fluttershy?
I was gonna say flutter lusted.
Oh, Snow.
That's the thing, is Discord's weakness is Fluttershy, as we saw.
Him would mess with Fluttershy and give Discord a break.
I really
think
appreciated in season 6 finale how pissed off Discord got.
Yes.
Like that look up there, I was like, that is the creepiest you've ever been.
I see a hand. So I see a hand in the back. I want to hear from you. Go on.
In the end, in my opinion, it comes down to how long this battle is going to last. Him, it seems like a very short-term battle. He can come out in the win. But Discord, we've seen, he can plan, he can wait. Just look at what he did to the Everfree Forest.
Yeah,
If it's
true.
a long-scale
That was
battle,
a
he
1,000-year
would come
plan
out
right
and
there.
win.
That's fair.
Plan.
So I think we all can agree that this could be a 5-10 fight, depending on who, I guess,
agree to disagree here.
Trump wins. That was a good matchup. Well done. Well done. Haley, do you have one?
There's one that we talked about on Thursday.
Let's hear it.
Every cow you've ever eaten versus every chicken you've ever eaten versus every pig you've ever eaten.
Well, this would be individual based, right?
I
Yeah.
hope there's a vegan in the audience who's like, no.
They all would.
Who's vegetarian, vegan, who's like, oh.
It's the pigs, because they're more equal than the rest of them.
What?
I'll make him
That was a good reference.
an entire cow in my life.
Oh, that's a good
Shut up.
portion.
Yeah, there's a different
Question,
one. Yeah.
question, point of order. If you've only eaten part of a cow, like if you were to put all the cow you've ever eaten together, let's say it's only 2/3 of a cow. Say it's only 2/3 of a cow. Does that mean in this three-way battle there is 2/3 of a cow?
No, the cows are shrunken down to size.
Maybe it's a cow that's 2/3 the size.
So the chicken
So does that mean the chickens are also proportional?
That's not fair, that's not
No, like, it only gets as big as, like, a full-grown
Okay.
chicken. Yeah.
Purity, you need to write a paper called The Mathematics of Stew.
So it's if you eat an entire cow in your life, or like, say like 2.5 entire cows in your life,
Okay.
it'll be like
So
2
you have
cows and
full-size
one
cows.
So
cow
wait, is
that's
that
the
one
size
like-
of your cows.
So one like dog-sized cow.
Yeah.
Okay. Like big dog-sized, whatever. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So we got a lopsided
Pointless.
cow versus about 10 chickens.
I think I've eaten more
Wait,
than
do
10
eggs
chickens
count?
in my
Oh,
life.
come on.
Do eggs count?
Yeah.
Do we count them?
Do
as
eggs
the
count?
Or do we expect, the end result of their
Stop getting political.
reproduction? I mean,
Wow.
That was Alright, I want to hear one from the audience.
Next
So,
question.
this gentleman in the back with Under Armour shirt, you stand up, tell us what you got.
I want to see Gorman Freeman
Yes.
against the human Applejack.
Okay.
Okay. Doing what? Just slugging it out?
And yeah, like a deaf man.
I don't know why, but I think I meant Gordon Ramsay.
That'd be funnier. Now, is this Applejack just as a normal human without magic?
No, I meant like the one from the like.
From the movie?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Here goes Applejack.
So he has wisdom powers then.
Andy always said that.
Does Gordon Freeman have his gravity gun?
Yeah.
Can Gordon
Okay.
Freeman just
Does he have his
come back to
crowbar?
life like he does when I play?
All he needs is
You meant Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Now, you know what would happen is you get about 2/3 of the way through the fight and just disappear.
Stop. And you didn't react at all.
You're too harsh a critic, Saber.
I found one here online. How about Gypsy Danger from Pacific Rim versus the Cloverfield Monster? This might be a bit too specific.
The answer is the Cloverfield monster.
Why?
Yeah, that is a baby,
Okay.
whatever it is. It took a direct hit from a nuke and it did not die. It would win.
Okay.
So did Gypsy Danger.
I mean, if there's like,
But Gypsy Danger has anime sword.
it doesn't matter. Sorry.
I'm in Cloverfield. They had me film it.
Go on.
It's a vlog joke. I do vlogs, guys. Find no one.
AC
Wow.
Racebest.
Next.
ACRacebest, everybody.
Alright, so
You see how those numbers reacted?
let's get on from the audience. Let's keep it going. Jesus.
All right. Okay, so let's not get too political here, but let's just say.
Says the guy in that hat. No, I'm
Good point.
Not politically, but physically. Let's put Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton fighting in the Thunderdome from Mad Max.
Do they have any weapons?
Yes. I'm not saying yes to that, but do they have weapons?
Sure.
What weapons?
Don't they provide them?
Well, I mean,
How about we do 3 rounds, all right? So
Okay.
round 1 is them fist fighting.
Yeah,
Okay.
bare fisted.
Let's talk about that one. So
Really? I mean, okay. Trump is the healthiest American, so he wouldn't.
Actually, no, hold on. If
He's
it's a fist
glowing
fight,
with
Trump
health.
would be at a big disadvantage.
Why? Trump is learned to grab women when they don't want him to, so he might
That's
have
true.
that advantage.
He also has better hand-to-hand attacks specifically regarding women, so that's an excellent.
he knows where to grab her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'd say Trump would take
Yeah, I
it.
think he has a clear advantage in this.
Round 2, let's
Plus,
say.
she's low stamina.
Low energy. So round 2, let's say they both have katanas, all right? So katanas.
Okay. Neither of them would know how to use it.
So we're back to the fist fight.
It would be more apt to.
Trump would look at it and say,
themselves.
"Where's my American sword?" Hillary would look at it and say, "Will this win me millennial votes?"
And they'd be more likely to hurt themselves with those weapons.
Let's say for round 3. Let's say for round 3
In that
they're
case,
both in their prime.
No, if we say though, I mean, you got to consider. What if we say for round 3 they can use guns?
No, let's say for round 3 they're
Well,
not.
Hillary doesn't believe in them.
That's my point. So we have a clear winner.
All right, you.
No, I was just gonna say, those two are fighting to death. Everyone wins but them.
Finally, election we can get by.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna the white haired one. Yes.
Dragon Lord Torch versus Small.
So Dragon Lord Torch is one from My Little Pony, right?
Yeah.
Smog would destroy him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, even though the Dragon Lord was larger, Smog is smarter and much more dangerous.
Yeah, much more ambitious and
Yeah.
selfish.
Are they treasure lusted?
Yes. Always.
For him, his treasure is his daughter.
And his name is Schmau, by the way. Schmau.
And
All right.
your name is Get Out.
Let's red shirt one. Yes.
Gordon Ramsay versus Saffron Masala in a cook-off.
One more time.
Okay.
Gordon
Ramsay versus Sephiroth.
Saffron.
I like that one better.
I do too,
And are they doing Indian food or just any food?
but just any food. Gordon.
Gordon
I like
Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay, because look, in that episode, right, she's willing to change the entire restaurant into something generic, you know, and then
She obviously has no strongly held.
she has no spine in the issue, right?
Wait,
Gordon Ramsay,
are the judges
have you
people or
seen
ponies?
Kitchen Nightmares? He's hilarious when he's eating food.
Yeah, wait, are the judges people or ponies? Because the ponies
Yeah,
are obviously
that's
vegetarian.
And also, like,
Well, he knows how to make vegetarian.
Well, I know, but he's good with his steaks. That's just like his thing.
He's
isn't
got fingers.
it? Yeah, I know.
He's
All
got
right, next question. Let's do you, Mr. One Punch.
Okay, how about the spy from TF2 who's been paid to assassinate Queen Chrysalis?
All right, so the spy and it's kind of hard since he has 2 limbs.
you can do it.
So could the spy from TF2 assassinate Queen Chrysalis?
Oh yeah, the writers on the show
mask,
did it, didn't they?
He would have a,
Well, basically. He would have a paper mask with, like, you know, the 2 big green eyes and the changeling on it. He would just walk right into the hive. He would get lost for a while because that place is way too big.
Yeah.
And then he would eventually stumble across her, like, while she was yelling at somebody. He would just take up his butterfly knife.
Yeah, the spy would take it.
She doesn't rely on magic outside of.
Yeah, it's not, you know.
She doesn't seem like she's that good at keeping
Do we
people
know
honest.
who's, okay, I think everyone can agree she's not really a competent leader.
She's not. Slow energy. All right, so yes, you in the back. Yes.
How about Paleo Sterno versus ACRacebest?
So Paleo Sterno versus ACRacebest. ACRacebest versus Paleo. Let's do this. All right. So what are the rounds? Round 1's fist fight.
Is Paleo dolphin lusted because all
ACRacebest get a call.
and Grace Judy lusted. I mean,
It would be 3 rounds.
Are you Zootopia listed?
Yeah, okay, round 1 takes place in Zootopia.
Paleo's broken the Zootopia DVD.
Can I get a clarification?
There's no
Either of
dolphins.
them breathe cartoon air?
Yes.
Yes, they can breathe cartoon air.
Scientific.
But they are the only 2 humans in the city.
So
If you
Paleo.
consider them humans, I don't know.
So as most people have skinny fingers with sharp claws, Paleo has that advantage.
Trick or treat.
Oh, the trick-or-treaters!
Oh yeah.
Look at this trick-or-treater parade. Let's give another warm welcome. Guys. We have a skeleton. We'll match them up versus, all right? So skeleton versus.
She wins. She wins.
Oh, it's a Jigglypuff.
Quick, everyone, pull out your Pokemon Go apps.
There's plenty of candy. Help yourself.
Go Team Instinct.
Take one of
Team Instinct.
Instinct.
Versus Valor.
Oh my God, the whole team's here.
Other one. Team
Probably hatching eggs.
Paleo, where's your shark costume? You could have gotten some free candy.
I know, right?
walking around.
Kids.
Hello. Here comes the caravan. That's a lightsaber.
She's like so many people.
She's just like, Brody.
All right, candy, thank you.
No, I'll tell you. So I will throw peas to the next person who gives me a good suggestion. So let's
You're gonna hit somebody.
What do you got?
I was just gonna throw pieces at random.
One more time, what do you have? Take it easy, guys. Big Macintosh versus what? I almost caught that. Bulk biceps versus big Macintosh. All right.
I didn't catch that one.
Now they're not going to be able to stop the raising their hands or going to the Like, who's got an answer? Snickers, please.
You 2 for Lyra. Oh no, I missed.
You are awful at sports. Underhanded. This is why we don't have enough panels.
Yeah, this is why they don't invite me.
My last convention.
No, reserve for you.
Okay, this was kind of a big one. Think of the one of the ships from Independence Day versus Krall's army from Star Trek.
Say what? I missed the end of that.
Like one of the ships from Independence Day with all of its
versus
Krall's.
From what Independence Day 1 or 2?
1.
1. Okay, good.
Versus Krall's swarm army from Star Trek.
I don't know that.
Oh, from Beyond?
Yeah, from Beyond.
I would say everyone from Star Trek Beyond, because that was like this crazy, impossible technology that shouldn't exist in that universe. Because that's the way that all the all the Star Trek movies and that reboot have all been about a character that gets technology that's way beyond what it should be able to have at the time, and how the Enterprise crew has to deal with that. So my money is on Beyond, because those little tiny ships would just do what they did to the Enterprise, and they would just rip right through the Independence Day alien ships. Because I mean, what we know about the Independence Day aliens is that they're really slow to coordinate. At least in the first movie. I haven't seen the second one, so maybe they're better. But in the first movie, they're really slow to like get in position and get ready, and then like launch like their really ineffectual attack and like blow up 6 buildings. So, I would give it to the drones.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take up the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Sunset Shimmer versus Starlight Glimmer.
Sunset Shimmer!
Sunset.
If anyone says Starlight Glimmer, I will fight you.
I mean, and he has
Andy must. Starlight Glimmer. Gentlemen, please.
I mean, I like.
Let's hear a hand raise for Sunset.
I mean, I like Sunset as a character, but as a pony, I think Starlight would win. Because Starlight just has more power.
Are they both human or ponies? Because Sunset seems to be a human
has the
longer.
same advantage that Luna had, which is that she was super evil and was able
That she's
to...
not
Yeah,
show off.
Look, I will say this. The only well-written redemption arc in the show.
What about Luna?
No. That was one episode. No.
What about Discord?
No.
You went from bad to good to bad.
No, he's not good either. He's
What about Starlight?
You're right.
He's not reformed. He's bloodlust.
That's why I like his art.
It's good
He's
enough.
still not good.
It's good enough.
It's passable. I'm gonna try that again.
I'll catch you with my hat. Hold on, throw it here. Catch you with my hat.
Okay, I'll take
There we go.
Let's
go.
You're not gonna break up, man.
Get in that.
Quiet,
You know what?
quiet.
I'd fix it if I did.
Yes, in the back.
Alright, this might get ACRacebest. ACRacebest hands in with what? Angel One.
Oh.
Is there even a question?
Judy Hop. Judy.
Why?
Judy. Grace. Judy.
Why?
Judy Hopps is too good-natured. Angel
Yeah.
Bunny is a selfish...
Judy Hopps would give him the benefit of the doubt and
Judy
trust
Hopps is
them.
good-natured?
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Angel Bunny would lead her into some sort of trap, and then
Killer.
Yeah.
Judy's a bad
Okay,
bitch.
actually, here's
You
another
little
reason why.
knife, you that little bunny knife. It should be like, I trusted you.
She has
And
a
then-
fox taser. That's for a fox. She can use it on the bunny.
Raise.
She can kill the thing. Why?
Race. Her hands would be shaking. And
You're
she
gonna
would-
appreciate
she'd
this
be able
level
to
of
do it.
analysis.
All right.
Hey,
I don't know if I will.
What about,
guys,
I got an idea.
You're gonna appreciate this. You're gonna appreciate this. Okay.
Let's hear what Jeff has to say, okay?
So, in Zootopia,
Yeah.
I already have Andy.
Yeah. In Zootopia.
Go on.
In Zootopia, was the animals are like their actual size, right? So the mice
Yeah.
are really small, the bunnies are smaller than the foxes by normal, right?
Yeah.
In My Little Pony, relatively speaking, Angel Bunny is like 4 feet tall because these are like ponies, right? So they're big animals.
Ponies are small.
No, but they're little
They call it
ponies.
My Little Pony.
They're little ponies.
Yeah, relative to the big problems they face.
And we turn off his mic.
See, the issue is if Judy won, can you imagine what
No, but-
Fluttershy would do to her for being
No, but
that
Angel Bunny.
She can take on
is
Fluttershy.
larger.
I don't think why would Fluttershy get? She would be happy.
I got one.
Right.
The cinematic Avengers versus the main six.
Oh, damn it.
No, let's be honest here. The main six has quite the list of feats.
Yeah, but the Avengers have a Hulk.
Yeah, but do they
Yeah,
have?
but
They have a
Fluttershy.
They have a Fluttershy.
They
They have a rainbow dash.
Okay. Point
They
of
have a
order.
pink
I
one.
have a single
Saber,
question.
are the main
Hold up, Paleo, yes, Paleo, yes.
Are the main six like composite main six? They have like all the powers they've ever had in the show.
You've got to take some heat off of that. So the main six, yes, they have all the powers that have ever been given.
Do they have rainbow power?
Power ponies.
Power
Regular
ponies.
main six.
They have a whole
Okay.
thing.
Power
So,
ponies.
a question
Pre or
here
post
that's gonna
Princess
determine whether or
Twilight?
not. Does the flutter stare work on the Hulk?
Ooh, that's cool.
It's the Hulk now.
The answer is yes.
The answer
What are you
is yes,
talking
because
about?
it's worked on
People are animals.
The steer works on ponies.
Animal draft.
He's nodding because he knows.
know for it.
Okay.
He doesn't want
No.
to say.
Flutter, okay,
Fluttershy
Fluttershy stare works on animals.
And
To
ponies.
ponies, people are animals. It works.
Where's
Alright.
that from?
If the stare works on the
By
Hulk,
Any sort of
In
animal.
Equestria Girls, they had an opportunity to make that kind of a statement.
Groundbreaking.
They did.
Not
Don't
yet.
encourage him with chocolate.
There is a possible
But she hasn't tried. So we don't know that doesn't
well,
work.
there will be.
There will.
And, oh yeah, there's gonna be some. Yeah, there's gonna be.
It's four.
Evergreen was 3.
Legend of Everything was
We're gonna
4.
make-
Oh, there's gonna be at least 2 more. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're making 2 more.
It's gonna be Harry Potter all over
The
again.
There's gonna be at least 2 more seasons of Ponies. I mean, there's gonna be more than 2, but they're.
The next thing they confirmed was season 7 and like 3 22-minute specials of the Equestrian Girls.
Yes, that's
So
true.
that's basically
Evergreen
a
short.
movie.
Well, they're also making all this cinematic movie.
Yeah, and,
Surprise,
and they're making
it's
some of
actually
the movie,
Pony vs. Avengers.
and then they're going to be making the series for as long as it's profitable. So for the foreseeable future. Don't worry.
All right, let's hear another one from the audience. All right, so we already have this gentleman in the front. Yes.
But to go back to the Judy Hopps one, let's make it easier. Let's make it more fair.
Okay.
Judy Hopps versus an actual bunny.
Oh, Judy Hopps.
Yeah.
Not a natural bunny.
I was just thinking about
I'm good, yeah.
a rabbit gauntlet.
She has developed the ability to use thumbs. She's good.
So, like, what about Judy versus Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh? And
Rabbit's got nothing. What's she gonna do? Garden her to death?
Rabbit's garden busted. His garden has been destroyed.
Yeah, but it continues to get destroyed.
What about Bugs Bunny?
Hold on.
Now,
Who screwed up Rabbit's garden so many
Judy
times?
did.
No, I said who.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tigger
yeah,
did.
there's poo everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Tigger and Piglet.
Yeah, well, who was an enabler?
Tigger.
Who was an enabler, alright?
Yeah.
And Rabbit got frustrated, but he didn't get rabid. He wasn't a rabid rabbit.
Don't say that.
Don't even.
You're laughing because it was that dumb.
It was that dumb.
Yeah, let's get an actual better one.
Okay, I got one. Shaq with an axe versus 600 chihuahuas on bath salt.
What year?
My.
What year is it? What year is it? Are we talking mid-90s Shaq Ooh Shaq? Are we talking Are we talking Kazam grade Shaq? Or are we talking old like you know, was it Gold Bond, whatever,
Like,
medicated cream
I'm
Shaq?
thinking like I'm thinking more like late '90s Shaq.
Okay.
Like
So he's realized his movie career is a failure.
Yeah,
Okay.
there.
But he's still selling
Yeah,
VHS
he's still
copies.
yeah.
Look, all right. So if he has his sneakers on, they can't touch him. You broke it.
In all of human history, this is the greatest question.
Speaking of
The
bath
answer
salts.
is the chihuahuas are bath salts.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the chihuahuas.
What? No, dude. Shaq can just swing that axe like no one's business.
Yeah, but there's a lot of chihuahuas.
How many chihuahuas?
600?
So exactly, they're little.
Yeah, I originally said 600 for comedic effect, but like let's make it 200. You know.
Yeah, I still feel good about the chihuahuas.
Hold on. They're on bath salts, but are they Taco Bell listed?
Oh, Kiro Taco Bell.
Do they care?
No, they're angry.
I ran over the
You know,
Taco
I'm
Bell.
gonna say yes.
Yeah,
Their Shaq stands no chance.
Shaq stands no chance.
But he knows Shaq food.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Is Shaq mean lusted?
Is he Crunch Bar lusted?
Is he icy hot
I'm
lusted?
Almond Joy lusted.
Does Shaq have to hit free throw? If so, it's done. It's done.
Next
Has he
question.
ever gotten a 3-throw?
Next question.
Yes.
All right. Starlight Glimmer
No.
versus Napoleon from Animal Farm.
Starlight Glimmer.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, they're both similar characters. It's a smart question. But I think the difference is that although Napoleon was somehow able to speak English and sell products to human, markets, Starlight Glimmer can use magic.
Especially when he's like
Pretty well, actually. I mean, it's already been shown that she had 4 wrong.
Yeah, but-
Time though, Starlight's called did end up failing.
Yeah, but that's only because she was against 6 ponies
Now-
who also had
Wait.
magic of friendship.
Starlight though is very easily talked into doing things. Like, I mean, we just reformed her in an episode, so.
Well, her biggest thing is that she can take away, talents. These are pigs in the universe without cutie marks, so that's not really gonna.
So they have to use their wit to their advantage.
Which they did,
And so why can't they use it on Starlight?
because Starlight has magic that doesn't just do.
But if you can convince her to not use it.
I mean, she's got energy beams and all that.
Napoleon's too arrogant. Napoleon was too arrogant. This is dumb.
Are we talking about like this is a combat, or are we talking more like this is a contest of one society versus the other
Do
society?
they know it's combat?
Because I mean, like if it's just combat and you're dropping them into,
Yeah, no, if
football
you know
arena
you're fighting to the death, I feel good about
or a
Starlight.
Starbucks, then they're not, and they're just gonna, one of them's gonna shoot an energy blast at the other one, and you're gonna have bacon, and then she won't know what to do with bacon. They're vegetarians, but yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, no, I'm with Starlight. I like
Starlight.
that.
If it's just combat, I don't.
I was just raising the question.
But if it's,
Yeah.
I think the better one would be like the comparison between society.
All right,
If you want to choose
Let's go to the
society.
question. In the back over there.
Derby versus Milo Murphy.
Who's Milo Murphy?
Milo Murphy is a new character on the Disney Channel who's it's a show created by the same guys that made Phineas and Ferb. Now Derpy is a klutz. Milo Murphy though somehow manages to like survive.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, it's not necessarily. He's almost not a klutz. He's more like the guy who is it, Chunk in the Goonies, where they just know bad things are going to happen to him, but he plans for it.
Rude.
Oh no, that wasn't Chunk.
No, that's not Chunk. Chunk is do the truffle shovel. Yes.
That is Chunk. Who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I messed it up.
You messed it up.
I messed it up.
All right.
I feel good about Milo because he knows how to deal with like a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Harambe at the Cincinnati.
No. Next question.
You're gonna hear us from Cincinnati.
No,
You're
next
gonna say him
question.
hard.
No. Next question.
You're not yourself when you're hungry, Beard.
You're not just go ahead.
Yes. You.
Who's cuter, Equestria Girls Derby or Pony Derby?
Pony.
Pony Derby. No question. Sorry.
The Equestria Girls models are just they're self dolls.
It's
They're
80%
spindly. They're spindly.
Right. Your question, sir.
I forgot.
All right. Next question.
In the back. In the back.
Me? What's a Snicker?
No,
we have lots of them.
All right. So let's hear one from you.
Buzz Bunnies against Judy.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny versus
Bugs
Judy.
Bunny.
Oh, Bugs hates it. Bugs is like.
Yeah.
Bugs is
So, little known fact, you know this.
Bugs Bunny is a Toon Force god.
That's the thing is that
Now,
like
you did a video without us about propaganda cartoons, but there was one where Bugs Bunny takes over an entire island during World War II.
The Japanese.
He blows them all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Bugs.
blows them all up.
the ice cream.
Yep, that's good.
Yep.
but she can arrest Bugs.
There's some there's two terms that are thrown around a lot during the Who Would Win board. There's Toon Force, which they kind of explain in Roger Rabbit. Like SpongeBob is a huge Toon Force player, so he can get blown up and come back just fine. And then you have Speed Force, which is what the Flash does, where he can he can turn into a molecule and warp reality and go back through time. Both are completely broken. Both are very stupid, but lots of fun. So that being said, let's get a matchup between a Speed Force user and a Toon Force user who's not the Flash and who's not Bugs Bunny or SpongeBob. Let's hear it. Come on. Brainstorm.
Roger Rabbit.
Speed Force.
Marvin the Martian?
You set up a very specific stereotype. So
Here's my distraction.
Eat some candy.
Speed Force people.
Does that feel like Reverse Flash versus like Daffy Duck?
Because Daffy Duck always loses.
Yeah.
He can't time.
Let's say, would Roadrunner count as Speed Force or not?
Always
Roadrunner?
Roadrunner, yeah.
Versus Wile E. Coyote keeps coming back, so that's essentially it.
Right there.
Some of those episodes might just be like sponsored by the Saber, they actually don't come back. We're just seeing them die every time. It's kind of dark to think that way.
Well, that's
No, that was a dumb question on my end. Sorry.
Alright,
Let's just
new question.
in the suit.
Yeah, that was exactly.
Final Draft versus Fluttershy.
Oh, Fluttershy. It's a grueling bad. I feel bad just to see it.
Now, true story.
What?
3 years
How's it
ago,
true?
3 years ago, Final Draft did fight Fluttershy.
3 years ago,
Fluttershy.
No, somebody asked me, like, if a portal to a question for 12 seconds, would you go through? And I said, hell no. I don't know if I could read cartoon air. I don't know if I can fit into 2 dimensions. So, I mean, it's all about the
obvious answer is no.
The answer is probably no.
Alright, next one. Alright, get your hand up.
Alright, now I remember. Diamond Tiara versus Pacifica from Gravity Falls.
Ooh. In a rat fight?
Yep.
Pacifica. Possibly.
He's a butler.
Eyes.
They're basically the same.
Yeah, they are.
They're basically the same character.
Did Pacifica?
I don't think either of them could be bothered. Like, you try to put them in a match, it's like, we can't. We both have to go to a soiree.
Did Pacifica get a redemption that was as well
No,
done as?
barely.
It was
Barely.
It was an okay one.
She
Barely.
did save the day.
Yeah.
She did save the day.
It was nice.
Alone.
Yeah.
Demetira didn't really do that.
I like how Diamond Tiara just disappeared after we reformed her, by the way.
Yeah.
Right.
She no longer served a purpose.
Exactly.
She's a background pony now.
No longer plot important. Go ahead.
I don't know. Smooth versus Jabba the Hutt.
Are we talking Smooth from
G4 or G1? Yeah.
G1
Smooth is like a world destroying force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean the one that's dressed up in
Well,
the
he's
Dumb
a
and Dumber
charming
suit?
Jello pudding.
Yeah. You gotta have like a movable bit of pudding or like a world destroying tide of ooze. So it's different. But
Yeah.
Smooth for G1
Would take
would
over
take it.
Jabba.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, even if Java had like his goons or his flying party barge, even if he had a Sarlacc, it wouldn't help him.
No one was there to save him.
Alright, question in the back.
Reavers versus X-Queen Chrysalis.
One more time.
Reavers versus X-Queen Chrysalis.
Joe, can you say it a bit louder?
Reavers versus X-Queen.
Reavers, you're talking about the Firefly Reavers?
Yeah.
Okay, you're too young. You're asking about Firefly Reavers.
Says the guy at a Brody convention.
Point.
Stuck on the chihuahuas and Shaq. The Reavers, they're too violent. I mean, what would Crystals do? She'd cry. It'd be done.
Alright,
Be done.
You, right there, yes.
An army of Star Trek red shirts versus an army of stormtroopers.
Oh!
Neither would lose. they keep missing.
Zero
Well, they missed and the red shirts died, so I guess the storm.
Okay.
No, the red shirts still die.
No, the red shirts have an opportunity to land a hit though, don't they?
Yeah, red shirts aren't necessarily bad shots.
They just
Are there
die
any
all the
traitors
time.
amongst
They're
them?
really death prone.
Guaranteed to die.
So the stormtroopers
Unless
are
they have
really
Scotty.
terrible shots.
The red shirts are
Unless
jumping
they have
in.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Unless they have Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty is the exception.
Are the stormtroopers railers?
No, Phil's not there.
Pretty sure that's a
Do the
Let's
red
do
shirts
one
have-
last question. Yes.
Oh, I wanted to say something about the storm.
Go on, you can throw in sense.
Like, the only reason they miss so much is they're all shooting at people
Yeah,
with plot
plot armor. Yeah.
Whenever they shoot at random rebel fighters, they roll over them. Like, they are a military force.
Right, and you also have to remember the line from New Hope where Obi-Wan says, only stormtroopers are this accurate, which becomes a huge joke later on, right? But no, they're supposedly the most accurate, well-trained, deadly force in the galaxy. They're just pathetic against the heroes.
And they're a little
But then you also have to remember that in Star Trek, every one of those red shirts has gone through Starfleet Academy. So that's not military. That's a good point because they go through a lot of classes about like physics and how to understand and take apart a warp propulsion engine, but they don't really go through a whole lot of tactical training because Starfleet just doesn't value that. So,
Bam.
Real quick,
That's
hey,
actually pretty good
staff, is there a panel coming in here after we're done? Okay, let's do one last question, we gotta roll. Alright, let's go with, you haven't asked one. Go ahead.
T-Rex when he was really big versus Godzilla.
Godzilla.
No.
T-Rex!
Now hold on.
Okay, Jeff.
T-Rex has motivation that's specific and intelligent.
Wait.
Fucking Godzilla.
Which gen of Godzilla is the real question?
That's true.
That's a good question.
Godzilla has, in the comics, gone to hell and defeated demons.
Well, so is T-Rex.
So Godzilla should be just fine.
See, T-Rex though, Godzilla's
Okay,
I'm going off the more modern interpretation. Which generation is T-Rex? Force of nature that you can't really.
That's also
Yeah,
the
which
best
generation of T-Rex? Generation
So-
4 or Gen 1?
yeah, that's
Well, I think we're probably talking Gen 4.
Gen 4.
Gen 1 he doesn't get huge big like that. He's just
He's just already big.
Yeah, I would say T-Rex because because he
That's a
has
tough one.
an intelligence behind what he's doing.
No,
And
How do you explain that to an atomic blast?
no, yeah.
did you see what he
Look,
did to
he's-
that library?
The thing
Oh,
is-
alright. Godzilla Tokyo.
Yeah, money's gonna be on something. Do you remember the cartoons?
I would draft.
He's got the radioactive.
That was the first
beam
time
attack.
I ever said that, right?
He's got, he's got a size advantage,
Really?
and I'm pretty sure T-Rex can't, absorb him.
Let's take one last from the
Magic.
audience. Raise your hand for Tyrek. Raise your hand for the King of Monsters, Godzilla. I think it's unanimous. All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. Join
Come get some candy. Just a reminder for everybody, we have a Bronies Rap panel tomorrow at 1:30 at the main hall.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
What?